Hi kids, Mr. Hajdukovic. I'm back and I want to tell you right away. This is the new packet I gave you yesterday, and I chose to switch over because this one I found has the bar models already created. So we've learned a little bit about bar models. Now we're going to just be putting numbers in places, so it should be a little bit easier for you. So please make sure your page looks like this one. It's page 73. It is not the extra practice that we've been doing for the past 3 days. So just make sure you have this one. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can do the next page in your other assignment packet, but if you do have this one, just use this one. And again, if you don't have it, if you're a B-Day student, you'll get it today. If you're still at home, then you might not have it, but you can just follow along with the video and watch it, or you can complete page 64 in your other packet. So it's a little bit confusing. Just make sure you have this one that has the bars on it already. So I've zoomed in, I have my name at the top, and I'm going to tell you right away, before I even read this question, because I know what bar models are supposed to look like, I can tell you a few things about this problem before I even read it. The first thing I can tell you is this question mark is going to ask me for the total of these two bars. So whatever this number ends up being plus whatever this number ends up being. I know that because it's a comparison bar model. The second thing I can tell you is that these numbers have to do with money, and it's likely that they give them to me because there's empty boxes that I can fill them in. They might not, we'll see in a minute, but a number should go here, the number for the biking team, however much money they have. And then this number is going to be the difference, or how much more the running team has than the biking team. And so I guess I cheated a little because I did know a little bit about the problem, but just by looking at the bars, I can tell you this. And then this question mark is how much does the running team have in total? How much money did they have? So those are the things I can tell you before I even read it. And now we'll go ahead and read it and just take a look at the problem. It says a biking team raises $4,250 for charity. So if I look at that, I want to put that number in right away. So I look at, this is biking team. This bar represents how much money they raised. So this number has to be 4,250. And the boxes are a little small, so if you go outside of them, that's okay. But once I know that, I'm just going to go ahead and put a line through this because I've done it. Or you could put a check mark by it because you've already put it in its place. And then it says a running team raises $825 more than the biking team. So I know this is what the running team made. And I know the running team made $825 more. So I know that $825 goes here, because here's what the biking team made. And then the running team made $825 more, which should go to the end of this bar. So now that I have this in, I'm going to check it off, and I'm going to put my line through it. And then I'm going to read the first question, or question A. How much money does the running team raise? Well, if I look at the bar models and I compare them, I know that this number plus this number gives me the total length of the bar here. And that's the running team. So in my brain, I say, well, if I add this number and this number together, I should get my answer. And normally I would just write it off to the side here, but they give me a space to do that down below. So I'm going to go ahead and do that where they give me that space for it. So all I'm going to do is transfer these numbers. I'm going to move them, but they're the same numbers. So I'm going to put 4,250 plus 825. equals however much money. Now, when I look at this, I wish they would have set it up differently because I don't like horizontal problems. I like them vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and write it over here. 4,250 plus 825 equals $5,075 once I do all my calculations. So that $5,075 goes here, and it also goes here. The running team raises $5,075. And they put this sentence in here because, like I said the other day, if you're asked a word problem, typically you're going to be asked to write your answer in the form of a sentence. So they're just trying to get you in the habit of writing your answer in the form of a sentence. How much money does the running team raise? The running team raises $5,075. Now I can move on to B. So I'm going to use the same information, but I'm also going to take this number here, this 5,075, and I know that's the total the running team made. So I'm going to put it here because I'm going to guess that I'm going to need it for my next problem. So how much do both teams raise altogether? Well, when I look at my comparison model, I know that the running team made 5,075. I know that the biking team made 4,250, and this question mark we said at the very beginning represents how much did they make altogether. So when I look at that, I know that I need to put in 5,075 plus 4,250 equals. But again, I don't like the way that's set up. I don't like them horizontal. So I'm going to write it over here, 5,075 plus 4,250, and then I'm going to add that up. I'm also going to put a dollar sign in there because I know it's money, and I'm going to come up with my answer of 9,325. And this time, because it's right next to it, I'm just going to put a little arrow there because $9,325 is what should go in this space. And then I'm going to finish it in the form of a sentence. Both teams raise $9,325. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go to the next page, and I want you to try and fill these numbers in on your own. And once you've finished, just go ahead and check your work because, well, pause the video and then go ahead and check your work, and we'll see how you did. And then if you did well, I'm going to have you try the next one on your own also, which is number 2. So you're going to do these 2 pages, number 1 and number 2. You're going to fill the numbers in and you're going to check your work after each problem. So what I'm trying to tell you, and not doing a very good job of it, is I'm going to solve number 1, check my work, and then I'm going to solve number 2 and check my work. Okay, ready, set, go. Now that you're back, I will show you what I have written in here so you can see it. The third graders collect 487 cans of food for a food drive. The second graders collect 175 fewer cans than the third graders. How many cans do the second graders collect? Well, I'm going to go through it the same way I did before. The third graders collect 487 cans, so I know that this bar represents third graders, so that 487 goes in this box. The second graders collect 175 fewer cans than the third graders. I also know that this blank space here represents how many fewer cans the second graders collected, so I put my 175 here. And then I use subtraction to solve my problem. I wrote my numbers in, 487 minus 175. equals 312. And again, I don't like them set up this way, so I changed it. I would ask you do the same thing. Once I have my answer, I put it in my sentence. The second graders collect 312 cans, and then I can move on. How many cans do both grades collect in all? I know the third graders collected 487 cans, and I wrote in the 312 for how many the second grade collected in my bar model above. So I know if I add these two together, I will get this answer. 487 plus 312 equals 799. And I wrote them vertically over here, and I just put my answer into this sentence. My 799 goes here. So don't be afraid to watch this more than once or rewind so you can get a good idea of why I did what I did if you're not certain. And I know I said you were going to do number 2, but I'm going to cut it off there for today, and then we'll work through number 2 and number 3 tomorrow, and then we'll get started on the next lesson. Thanks, kids. Bye.